Hello everyone. So our today's topic is minor disorders in pregnancy and its complications. So the first symptoms of the disorder that is being observed during the pregnancy is nausea and vomiting. So many of the women have nausea and vomiting in their first trimester, that is 3 months of pregnancy or 3 months of gestation, which is also known as morning sickness, and it happens commonly in the morning when the woman gets up or wakes up. And this condition is also known as hyperemesis gravidarum. Emesis means vomiting and gravidum means a pregnant uterus or pregnant state of uterus. Next, the management for the nausea and vomiting are as follows. The first is stay away from orders that upsets your stomach. So we need to stay away from the orders during morning that upsets our stomach and causes the nausea during morning. Next, instead of eating 3 large meals each day, eat 5 to 6 smaller meals throughout the day. So we have to eat frequent, that is in a frequent time. We have to eat in a small amount, and we need to eat in a low fat meals during the day. Next, before getting out of bed, eat a few crackers to calm your stomach. So before waking up out or getting up out of the bed, we need to eat some dry crackers that helps to calm our stomach during morning. Now, snacks on protein rich foods such as yogurt. We need to eat such snacks that have protein rich, and that example is yogurt. Next, skip foods that are greasy or high in fat. So we have to skip or avoid the foods that are high in fat. We have to avoid brushing the teeth immediately after getting up. So we don't have to brush our teeth immediately after getting up from the bed. Next, we have to drink liquids in between the meals, in between having the meals, and have to avoid fried foods and spicy foods so that it may calm the stomach. Avoiding spicy and fried foods can calm the stomach in the morning. We have to try some herbal remedies that improves the stomach irritations and nausea as well. Now the heartburn. So this is a very painful and a burning sensation that has been felt in the chest, that is been caused by the regurgitation, that is backflow of the stomach acid into the throat through the esophagus. So the symptoms of indigestion that including the heartburn are common during pregnancy and are being caused by such hormonal changes that is been present during the pregnancy. And the other cause is uh, pressuring on the stomach due to the growing fetus or the growing diameter of the uterus or the womb. Now, this heartburn results from the relaxation of the cardiac sphincters and the decreased tone as well as the mobility of the smooth muscles. So, this is due to increased increased in the level of the estrogen hormone, and that allows for the esophageal regurgitation, that is the esophageal backflow. Now, the management, then we should have to eat small frequent meals. Then we have to avoid some spicy and fatty foods. We have to refrain or avoid taking large amounts of liquid before the bedtime, and we have to avoid drinks such as alcohol, coffee and chocolates that may aggravate or may cause more problems of heartburn during the pregnancy. You should try to sit up as upright as possible and avoid lying flat after a meal. So we don't have to just lie flat immediately after having the meals. So the heartburn is also known as pyrosis. Now, incontinence. So, incontinence means inability of body to control the functions of the urination. Okay, so this can be due to the extra weight and pressure of your baby on your bladder and the pelvic floor organs, especially when the pregnant lady laughs, sneezes, or runs. So the management is basically we need to regularly exercise, that the pelvic floor exercise during and after pregnancy, that would help for the problem of incontinence. So now leg aches and cramps. So the extra weight which the pregnant lady carries during her pregnancy can cause pain in her legs, and even there gets and leg cramps during her last months of the pregnancy. So the basic management of the leg aches and the cramps are getting simple stretching and doing simple exercises that may help in reducing the pain and the cramps during the pregnancy. Next is piles or hemorrhoids. So these are a dilated veins in your anus and can be very painful, itchy and uncomfortable, usually occurring from the second to third trimester onwards. So it results mainly from increase in the venous pressure and constipation, and the piles may get bleed a little bit and may make going to toilet uncomfortable and very painful. So the constipation and straining on the toilet can aggravate the condition, that is aggravate means making a problem in the condition or gets worsened in the condition. So the management of this minor disorder is keep your stool soft and regular. So we need to take such foods that helps to avoid the constipation or helps to relieve the constipation, and having a diet high in fiber and such as a wholemeal bread, fruits and vegetables, and we need to drink plenty of fluids or waters which will help to prevent constipation, and it would help to easy or prevent the piles or the hemorrhoids. Now back pain. So many pregnant women gets back pain due to increase in the enlargement or increase in the size of the uterus. So the baby's weight, the uterus and the amniotic fluid changes her posture and puts a strain on the woman's bones and muscles. And too much standing in one place or leaning forward or hard physical work can cause back pain. So management of the back pain is to encourage the woman's husband or children or other any family members to get her back massage. Now she need to put an hot water bag on her back to make her feel so good and relaxed or relieving the pain. She must advise to wear a belt that is to worn above her hip, that gives and relief in her back pain, and advise her to get a frequent bed rest that may relieve her severe back pains. We need to encourage to rest in case of a severe back pain, and tell her or advise her to wear low-heeled shoes. So in some cases, women wearing heels can cause severe back pains too. Then performing such pelvic rocking and abdominal breathing exercise that would help her to relieve in her back pain, and tell her to sleep on a firm mattresses. Okay, then to practice good posture and good body gait, and we have to tell her and advise her to maintain her posture during her pregnancy as the womb gets enlarged. Constipation. So constipation is normal in pregnancy or during pregnancy. So the consumption of such iron containing prenatal vitamins, hormonal changes, and the pressure of the uterus on the rectum can aggravate the constipation condition. So the management is we have to take adequate amount of the fibers in the diet. So advise her to take high fiber diet on her daily basis. Then avoiding laxatives and enemas the consult without consulting with the physician. Then we tell her to drink at least 6 glasses of water per day and advise her to start up with the exercises on the daily basis or walking on daily. Tell her to maintain her bowel schedule in a regular basis and tell her to avoid iron supplements if it's not the mother is not anemic. If the mother is anemic, we should not advise her to avoid the iron supplements as it will decrease the hemoglobin levels during her pregnancy. Instead of that, we should advise her to drink plenty of fluids or waters on her daily basis and increase in the amount of the fiber in her diet.